Hi everybody, this is Evan Mulch with the John Birch Society, and I'm with Gregory Newson,
Yes.
better known as Uncle Gregory. I'm here at the Sons of Confederate Veterans South Carolina Division annual convention, and we both have booths next to each other, so I'm learning about Uncle Gregory and
The products as an artist, writer, and historian. I'm an artist that provokes thought, and as we all know, a good artist does provoke thought, or at least piss you off.
And your artistic work would make a lot of college professors mad, wouldn't it? Because I'm just looking at it from if I was on the left and saw your work, I would be very
Well,
shocked.
yes,
Yeah.
I do get a lot of pushback from my own community and people that feel that I'm taking the wrong flag up.
Yeah.
But I'm not picking up a flag or promoting white supremacy or anything like that. I've gotten sort of upset and on my artwork after I found and realized that I'm and my community, many of us think and act like victims.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this victim mentality could nurture disbelief in what God has given you the ability to do. It could strip you from being all the Almighty has given you the power to be. Mm-hmm. I've noticed with foreign people that come here from either from South America or China or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They come here with their family. They can't even speak no English.
Yeah.
They open up businesses in my community and other communities.
Yeah.
And sometimes they can't even speak English for 4 or 5 years, but they got businesses and they add to the economy, and they don't protest.
Their children do very well in school a lot of times too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just realized, and then I realized also a lot of Africans that come here look down on the African American as people that don't take advantage of great opportunities.
Yeah. So what can your artwork do? And you also write these children's books as well. What can they do for just any kid, any child, but even those that are in the black communities? What can they do to get them to become more like you, without this victim mindset, with this?
Well, my thing is, and the message I get, don't try to do anything to anybody. Just fulfill what God has given you to do with all your heart, and the message will get to the people that have ears to hear. So like a frequency, like a radio.
Yeah.
The ones that have the ability to get the frequency will get it.
Yeah. Because you're the voice in the wilderness. You're like John the Baptist right now.
I am, but I'm saying one thing. As a person that was born in Harlem, hung around with the Black Panther Party.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yes.
Born in Harlem, New York, everybody.
Harlem, New York. Started painting at 12 years old.
Okay.
Won a scholarship, was on television, and won a scholarship from Norman Rockwell. I gave up painting at 18 years old. I'm becoming girl oriented and being told that I would never make anything of my life or myself trying to be an artist. Have you ever heard of a famous black artist? Stop fooling yourself. This is the white man's world. So I stopped painting, and I became a drug dealer, and then a drug addict, and then went to a part of a raid to clean up what a gangster by the name of Nicky Barnes in New York.
Okay.
And I did 6 months in prison, okay? And I had the insight to talk to other inmates, black inmates, and draw and paint. And I realized that my victim mentality was widespread. And of course, when I got out after 6 months, I left New York. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I stayed away from anyone that was doing drugs or part of the whole culture.
Yeah.
And I accidentally stumbled over Stonewall Jackson's home on a slight vacation.
Wow.
And I decided, after learning about him, reading about him, learning about his black Confederate soldiers, about the school that he fought to teach black kids, I said, why positive things like this about the South, about the Confederacy, is not fed or given the opportunity to go through our filters?
Right.
So I decided to weaponize my ability that God gave me, and I started painting.
Well, God has blessed you to have the courage to do that, to be able to stumble across this history that's not being taught to kids in a lot of government schools, even private Christian schools. It's not being taught. And you are doing something that can be spread easily throughout America if people were to.
But I'm a human being.
Yeah.
And it's all about myself. I'm sorry to say. But discovering the Confederate battle flag and going through that door has been the greatest adventure of my whole life. I just finished, I've been auditioned and cast to do a movie, which I just got back from California last week.
That's really cool.
To play Reverend John Jasper. The trailer will be out in September. The movie will be out in 2022.
Okay.
I've gotten married at the Battle of Aiken, a full military. So
people here may not know what the Battle of Aiken is.
The Battle of Aiken is a organization that, like several, there's dozens of them, that reenact Civil War battle scenes and conditions. It's sort of like the Boy Scouts, but it's much better. I suggest every American should go out there and take their family, get yourself a tent, and sleep on the battlefields of America.
It's better than Boy Scout camp.
And your chances of your kids getting molested are less great.
That is something you got to worry about these days. So
yes.
So the Battle of Aiken, did the South win the Battle of Aiken?
No, they didn't.
It was lost. The Battle of Aiken was lost, but but still, it's still reenacted by those who side with the South, or we the Confederate veterans want to remember the history, whether a battle was won or lost. It's remembering what these heroes did to try to preserve Americanism.
Right. But what's so happening? The Civil War reenactors need audiences, and the young people are not refilling the history of Civil War reenactment, and that's a tragedy.
Yeah.
And I just can't understand why the American society don't understand that this is a historical thing that should be preserved and have a great deal of fun.
Well, children are being taught to that it's important to remember true history. And so that's something that needs to be reinvigorated throughout America, is this understanding that true history needs to be taught and even relived through reenactments. And that's been what you've been doing. And a lot of people from Harlem, where you're from, have never experienced this community, this type of American-style community efforts, like what you've experienced through the Battle of Aiken and getting married there, which is rare, I think. I don't think that's not something that normally happens.
No, and not where you have your spouse is all gone to do it too. So I'm a very, very lucky person. But popular culture and the education system, which a lot of schools have dropped Civil War education. These things are, and people don't understand one thing. There was a man that came here in the 1950s called Nikita Khrushchev. He was the president, the premier of Russia. He came to the UN and he took his shoe off, but he also told us to our face that we don't have to fire a shot at you. We're going to help you destroy yourself from within. And that program has been going on ever since he made that statement. And, you know, we just, the Sorrow Brothers and other organizations are undermining America culture, value, and if we keep attacking these monuments and taking down and digging up Confederate graves, it's going to lead to our national anthem being walked away from. It's going to lead to all the founding fathers, monuments, statues. It's going to be the most disastrous facelift of America that's going to eventually undermine our whole strength and Constitution.
What would you say to Black Americans who are for the first time learning about what you're talking about right now, who may have only learned about Southern history through the NBA basketball players or NFL football players, those that don't teach the correct history of the South? What would you say to them? Like, where should they go to learn more, and why is it so important for them to value what you're doing? Because there's going to be some Black Americans that go, I don't like this guy. He's dressed up in a Confederate soldier's uniform. He has a tie with the Confederate flag on it. So why is it important that they understand what you're conveying with what you're doing? Yeah.
When you try to leave, I'm an artist, and I've learned I cannot leave not one color out of my painting. If I leave out green, blue, yellow, and it's not, I cannot create division. If one color gives me more trouble than another color, I spend more time with it. I need to find out the greatness of me. So I need to compete against white people. I need to compete against yellow people. I need to compete the red man. We make steel sharpen steel. And I've learned in my Black community, the self-inclusion, I don't get as sharp and as diversified and trading of information from all cultures. And that's why I be around people that they might be racist. But let me tell you one thing. One thing I love about the South. A northern racist will stab you in the back. A southern racist will stab you in the chest.
Okay.
So, and I like that.
Okay. I don't know what that means though. How would you describe that?
A northern race is sneaky and do things to undermine you without you even knowing or being present. But a southern racist, he'll let you know. He'll be right in your face with it. It'll be prevalent.
Do you feel like there's more racism in the South, or was there more racism in the North?
Well, listen, I think we all got a discriminating flavor in our life. And I don't think about those things because I'm about what Christianity, everybody talks about being close to God and whatnot, and everybody wants to talk about how good Christianity is. But one thing that people don't want to do all the time is love.
That's right.
Love is the most strongest power in the world. And if you embrace it more, racism, matter of fact, just love them. And number one, you'll represent yourself better, you'll live longer, and all the accusations and it'll roll off your back.
And that's what Stonewall Jackson was really all about. If you look at his history, right?
I mean, yes. He broke Virginia law in a church that was really white, if I can use the expression, had secret Sunday schools to teach blacks how to read and write. And this was after there was profound push to not let, because that would open the door for an intelligence that created Nat Turner or other rebel rousers that the South was afraid of, and a lot of the North, but Jackson didn't see it that way.
Stonewall Jackson was a good man. For everybody watching, this is Uncle Gregory. And how can they find you? Is there a website?
Newson Publishing. That's Newson Publishing.com.
And so again, my name's Evan Mulch. I'm a field coordinator for the John Birch Society. We haven't started talking about the John Birch Society yet, but we have our booths right next to each other, and so we're gonna have a great conversation.
Can you hand me a bag of my coffee over there?
Yeah, okay. There you go.
A lot of things people don't know, that 20,000 Confederate soldiers fled to South America. And I buy coffee from the Confederados. And I found the most ugliest guy in the world, and I put him on the cover of it. And I also take advantage of the hysteria, and I laugh at the racial connotations and the definitions of words. So I market it to people with discriminating tastes. And then I tell people that my coffee doesn't mix well with cream. So I try to throw every hook, uppercut at and distortion at racially statements or ideologies, humbug.
Well, you're an interesting guy, and I'm looking forward to talking more. And
Thank you.
If anybody, if you like what you've heard, go to his website, check out what he has. He has a great booth here at the South Carolina State Convention for the Sons of Confederate Veterans. And please embrace the true history. Don't listen to what the mainstream media says about history. They usually always get it incorrect. Try to search for the truth on your own. You can use the John Birch Society to help with that. You can also use the Sons of Confederate Veterans with what they do to, teach the true history as well. So thanks for watching this, everybody.
And if you can do all the research work, embrace love more intensely. Love a rock if you can. Show that rock, man, that, I care about you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much.